All right, what's up, you stupid idiots? We're gonna get so nerdy today. Oh my God, I'm gonna battle the sun this entire video. So I don't know if I'm gonna win, but here we are, you guys. It's Tuesday, August 16th, and we're in our first ever PFF All-22 draft, and actually my second PFF All-22 draft started an hour ago. I don't even know what my draft position yet is yet. I'm kind of all over the place. I have three shows this week. I had well, technically four if you count Monday, and then technically five if you count a 7 day span because I had some over the weekend. It's been wild, getting booked left and right, which is exciting. But really, what I want to be doing, PFF, if you're out there and you're listening to this, is I want to be doing the fantasy footballs. I'm already a project manager. Let me manage your project. You've got this brand new platform. I know you need your bugs refined. I know you need those tickets made. I know you need that communication from a homie like me, okay? Yeah, it's all right. You'll get used to they, them pronouns and the gender neutral shit. Plus, I'm a great diversity hire. Think about it. Okay, no. Real talk though. Uh, I'm in round 48 for my first ever PFF All-22 draft, and I also have got everyone current, I believe. Where are we at? I'm up to round 34, recapping up to round 34 with you guys. If you haven't seen the other videos and you're like, where? I'm in PFF all 20, I'm in the all 22s. I'm all 22 in. I have no concept of when I should draft somebody and what's a reach. I don't necessarily know that what I'm doing is a microcosm of what's going to happen across the board as far as like what the fellas in my league are, assuming fellas in my league are doing. But at the same time, it's helpful. Like I'm seeing things kind of shake out, and I'm also doing a lot of reflecting. We celebrated getting Bakhtiari and then realized, he's actually not at 100% health. I probably could have waited a couple more rounds to grab him, and I don't think anybody would have. So, little things like that I'm learning along the way. The fact that quarter bells fell so deep, I really regretted smashing Dak Prescott as a third quarterback before round, I don't even know, it was like before round 20. I had three quarterbacks, three QB1s. Now that I've seen the way the draft plays out, I'm like, I'm so deep at QB, which is such a highly valued position that I actually don't regret that pick anymore because it's like if y'all are gonna let all this value fall to me, like I kind of just need to gobble it. Maybe I could have even picked more, but honestly, with only a 53-man roster, it's like no one needs four quarterbacks. So I have three QB1s. All right. I got Mac Jones, I got Tom Brady, and I got Dak Prescott. So when it comes down to it, I don't regret that at this time. But we're gonna watch how the season plays out together and we'll see. Maybe my team crushes and maybe it sucks. All right, so we left off at round 34. Let's get to current. And then I actually think the way the draft is going this morning, I think we might be making my round 48 pick together. If we, I mean, even if these dudes each take an hour here, well, I don't think I'll take 2 hours. That sounds boring as hell. Spent some time this morning trying to figure out who my guard four is gonna be, and then like just tilting over the fact that I got auto picked because they started the draft too early the other day, and then I looked up Wes and I'm like, okay, I actually feel good about my guards right now. I feel like because his snap count was down, and I'm like, is he even a starter? And so I did a bunch of digging, and then I'm like, who should my fourth guard be to balance out what I have going on here? And just spoiler alert, I've settled on John Runyon, specifically with Bakhtiari. Just learning Bakhtiari is not coming back for a while, or for a little bit. I shouldn't say a while, for at least a little bit. And I plan to balance him out with Walker Little, who's really young. And they have Juwan, what's his name? Juwan, is it Thornton? Taylor. Ranked higher in the PFF system, but I just did a bunch of digging and like it looks like he's gonna be splitting snaps with Walker Little anyway. They're both pretty young dudes, but right now Jawan Taylor was like struggling with some injury stuff, and I don't know. I feel like the news out of camp right now is that Walker Little is outperforming Jawan Taylor. Um, this he's a young dude, real young, so. We'll see, and I can always drop him and pick. I'm assuming there's gonna be plenty of tackle depth on like whatever the version of the waiver wire is, so we're gonna be all right. Okay, and we left at round 34. Um, I, you know, at the end of this, I'll do an overview of how my team shook out. Oh, wait. But so far, I have no, I'm like, I guess I'm confident in my decisions. I have no way of knowing if I should be or not, really. So it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's all a shot. And I know I didn't take Stephon to it, and I didn't take Whitworth, which I almost freaking did. There's no news feed in this app, so you really have to really have to dig before you pick a dude. And then you start digging, then you're like tilting on everything. So there's a lot of that happening. I'm excited to put out some other content about some of the digging I have done to give you some depth options at guard, tackle. Center, I didn't dig much into. I just kind of like there was enough highly rated centers. I just was like, oh yeah, let's just take this guy, I guess. But that's probably gonna be an area to strengthen in the future. We'll use the growth mindset there. Okay. Round 34, here we go. Leo Chanel comes, our rookie linebacker that went to the Chiefs. Where have I been deciding this should go? I think here, right? Um, in third round. So probably go right in there with Nick Bolton, who I don't know, we'll see how he does. Eric Flowers. So we get another Commanders guard, just like Wes and who's the other guard that I almost took that I didn't? Well, it doesn't matter. I didn't. I think I might still have the tab open where they broke down no, I don't. But I was doing a bunch of digging. Oh yeah. See, I'll start reading articles and I'll be like, oh man, I should take Mathis because I need some defensive interior depth and I want a young guy and I'm not sure who. And I'm like reading, I'm like, with Chase Young out, Mathis is gonna have some opportunities anyway. So it's crazy. You start digging in for one player and then you're in the depth of the depth of the depth charts for a team and you're like, you know, um. Is this the one? I just want to show you guys, I think. Oh no, this isn't it. Well, there was one that kind of broke down how they think the Commanders O-line is gonna play out and I don't know if I saw Flowers on there. Tyler Badeas. Tyler Badeas for a center there. Don't know jack shit about center still. Javarius Ward. I forget how old he is. Okay, so like a nice depth piece at corner here in round 34. He's solid, right? Like he's gonna get you your snaps and you know a couple points every week. So what's his floor? 1.8. That kind of sucks, but who's he playing? He's playing the Texans, getting a 1.8. Okay. Man, the Texans were like sneaky hard to beat last year. I mean, obviously I'm a Patriots fan. It was like I feel like our tactic against the Texans last year was like just let him throw it. Just let him. And then Davis Mills was like, okay, bet. And like threw it. Why are we picking Tim Patrick? He's not gonna play. Let him sit on the waiver wire, pick him up later if there is IR, which like I keep forgetting to look into how that works, but I'm not taking him. I went ahead and grabbed Jalen Thompson for my depth at safety. At that point, I had McKinney and um Phillips and now I have Diggs. So I have McKinney and Phillips, and I just needed some youth and depth. And I kind of wish I grabbed Cisco under Cisco because I've been hearing good things, but I do kind of feel like that's a little bit of a dart throw. And Jalen Thompson is like he's still only 24 and he's got the experience. And Cisco did not do super well last year. David Ojabo, I'm pretty sure this is the player that I keep forgetting his name because he's not going to play, right? I don't think until like October, which is why he fell. But like when he does play, he's going to be nasty. So like the reason I didn't get him, I felt like at this point, it was like it's still kind of a reach. Like this is somebody once my all my positions were shored up, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll grab him. But I respect that pick for sure. Marcus Epps, another great depth piece here for safety. Definitely was like choosing between him and Jalen Thompson. We'll see how that plays out. I'm gonna remember this when like This is like a classic draft. Like at the end of the year, if Marcus Epps outperforms Jalen Thompson, the fans are gonna scrutinize me for that decision. It's gonna be funny. That's what's gonna happen in my head. All right, I got haters in there. Matt Ryan, great choice in round 34. So if you're at home and you're like, when can I get Matt Ryan? Well, it might be round 34. It very well might not be. Other dudes in the chat were saying quarterbacks flew off the board in their other drafts, and this draft was a particular exception. What did I get a ding on? Oh my God, it's my turn to draft an RSO. All right, that means I got to finish this video. What'd they take? Did they take Sky Moore? Yes, I'm clapping. Sky. All right, we're taking a little hiatus real quick because I gotta smash this pick. But oh, man, now this video about to be all over the place. Should I do it? Should I do it on this video? Yeah, fuck it. Who cares? I don't know who's watching this shit. Uh, let me show you my freaking team, bro. I'm also on RSO. I'm in the fantasy freaking. I'm in the IDP bros. What's the name of the podcast? I listen to them all the time. I just call them the IDP guys. I bet it's not the IDP guys. That's the thing. Um, bro, why can't I remember this shit? This is IDP Hunger Games. What's the name of their podcast? I'm pretty sure it's just the IDP show. Yeah. It's these dudes and like Adam and all that, all them like love their show. And I got into their listener league. And last year I came in second. And it was my first, to be honest, last year was really my first year ever doing fantasy, like seriously. I got into it over the pandemic. I always loved football, like always. I would watch everything. I just never really played fantasy like that. And then as soon as I started doing like redraft type leagues, I was like, oh, I was a linebacker. Obviously I was a kid. I'm small as hell, 5'4" for matters. But de defense was it for me. Like I just love defense and playing team defense was just like, this is whack as hell. I got a little offer here. But before I get too sidetracked. So my first year, I loaded all the way up on defensive pieces in because RSO is like it's a real complicated auction and all this shit. But I spent a ton of time prepping. Um, I was making spreadsheets like this, thinking real far in advance about how to use my salary effectively, especially because it's a startup auction, so you have to be really intentional. You can't drop, 24 mil on a player with a 4-year contract because ultimately like you're gonna screw yourself. So if you're gonna do that, do a 2-year deal that's really pricey or expensive, and then if something happens to them, you won't regret it that bad. And my strategy panned out. I finished second. I didn't have high ceiling players, so there's really no way I was gonna finish first. Also, my offense was just ass. Like I really like. I took flyers on guys, like I'm taking basically wide receiver threes because I'm like, well, my defense is gonna crush everybody. So, and then they changed to true position. So like I had a bunch of strong linebackers and now they're all DNs. I was the only one in the league that voted against that choice because I now have no depth at linebacker whatsoever because all my linebackers got shifted to DN. And like the way I drafted, the way I auctioned was like, I'm gonna load up on these dudes that are technically DNs because they have a high ceiling but are listed as linebacker. Like I'm like playing 3D chess up in this shit. And so my defense was destroying people. I'm a Bill Belichick head. Like that's how I'm gonna build a roster, obviously. And my offense, obviously, I grabbed Hurts. I had Hurts everywhere last year. I believe in this dude. Like fantasy, I believe in him. I have and I will. Grabbed Harris, Mooney, and Smith, and like got that little stack, and I'm gonna carry that into the future. But I'm missing like what I need for this year is wide receiver depth and running back depth. Now I need linebacker depth, which is annoying as shit. And I have literally zero tight ends. The problem is like, and I did queue these up, so if they fall back to me, because I'm at the 11, if they fall back to me, I will grab them like a Trey McBride or what's the other dude? Cole Turner. I have my eye on. I'll grab him in like the third round though. I don't think he's unless somebody's watching this from my team. Trey McBride. Who's my other tight? Kadon. So I'll grab one of them maybe round two because I don't think I'm gonna draft any defensive players here in this rookie draft because of the way contracts work. Like I'm gonna get these offensive pieces cheap as hell. I know Jalen Tolbert's not gonna fall back to me, and I think I need to prioritize Sky Moore, although I do have McCole Hardman. So should I go ahead and snag Tolbert? But then nah, because then I have a guarantee smash at Casey. Like even if it turns out to be McCole Hardman for some reason, which it freaking won't. James Cook is sitting here, but I just really don't like. I just don't like. It's like, yeah, he'll be a pass. I feel like he's gonna be this year's Miles Gaskin. Like that's probably where he'll finish. That's what I think. It's like, do you really want the RB 22 on a 4-year deal on your team? Not me. Not for this year. He'll probably be better next year. All right, before I smash this Sky Moore pick, let's see. We got offered Aaron Donald for two of my picks. And I'm absolutely not gonna do that because if you look at my roster, which you should look at someone's roster before you make them an offer, I have DeForest Buckner and I franchise tagged Cam Hayward for this year, so I really have no reason to need a DT1. You can only start one DT, so I'm absolutely not taking this. But let's counter him with something because I need some freaking wide receivers. What did he want? He wanted let's give him some depth or whatever, but I really need running backs and wide receivers, so I don't know about Michael Thomas. Am I sure I want to do this? I mean, kinda. Oh, my wife's about to wake up. Do I hear her alarm. I don't need any defensive pieces. I need wide receivers. Like, should I should I go for Dick? I gotta take his salary on too, though. That's the thing. That's what makes this so complicated. I actually don't need to make a decision on this right now, I'm realizing, because he's not trying to get my first round pick, is he? Oh shit. I hope I didn't just like weirdly accept that shit. Because I don't see it anywhere. Oh, it just like paused me here. Oh no, I don't know what to do now. All right. RSO is like, I actually like this platform. The only thing I have for y'all is your menu is too long here and it disappears before I can get to the end. So you need to stack it up and down or shorten this menu up. This is not user friendly. I can't pause the menu. So it sometimes it disappears before I get to the end and that is annoying as shit. Um, I think that might have just canceled the trade, but let's see. No, it keeps coming back. I don't understand what I just did. I hope I didn't trade none of my draft picks or nothing. Let's go to the transactions. Oh, I got scared for a second. I thought this was me. Okay, I have time to think about that trade. I'm smashing this Sky Moore pick. I mean, really, who else would I even take? I need wide receivers. I need running backs. And I was kind of had my eye on Kenneth Walker with the whole like Rashad Penny situation. I'm not sad about, I mean, I would have absolutely taken Chris Olave, but I'm not sad to not have to make that choice between Drake London, Chris Olave. I knew Brees Hall was gonna be gone, so it's no. But like, I'm glad that I can just go. Like, I feel real confident about this. The only other person for me, it would be Jalen Tolbert, because they just have no depth at all at wide receiver. But I'm gonna just grab Simi Fehoko off the little waiver wire and we're gonna be all right. So I'm gonna smash that draft right here. And I just added me a nice wide receiver piece on a great rookie contract. So let's get it. Let's absolutely get it. All right. That was my little RSO detour. And I can talk more through like my strategy as far as how I built this. This is not updated for this year yet all the way, but how I built this through and what I was thinking, but a lot of it was just math. Like here's my cap space, here's the positions I absolutely need, here's my target. So I was like, I'm targeting spending 6 million on a quarterback. Like that's my target. If I end up having to reach, fine, but I'm not dropping 32 mil on a dude and give me no flexibility for the future because ultimately I didn't feel like that would help me win. And you know what's crazy is those dudes that reached and overpaid, I beat them because I had solid pieces on cheap contracts. And if you look at my cap space, I mean, I'm right in the middle there, but my future is free. Like I have, like so the fact that for me, I feel like the fact that I finished second overall with really no weapons. Like I had Hurts, pretty sure I have Burrow too, actually. Yeah. Um, and this was actually a tough choice in those final weeks. If I had started Burrow, I think I would have won the championship, but I wasn't. It was like I forget what weeks the championship was. It was a tough choice I had to make given the matchups. I did the right thing statistically, but it wasn't the right thing in reality, and that's just what it is. But I remember Micah Parsons falling to me in the rookie draft to like I forget where I was I think I was at the 106. I feel like he felt no, because I think in the 106, who did I grab? It was somebody else. I know I got JC Horn too, but I remember I just smashed it. I was like, how the hell? Oh, I got Devonta Smith. So last year in the rookie draft, I grabbed Devonta Smith at the 106, coming back around to round two. So what's that, 207? Bro, Micah Parsons sitting there. I'm like, what are y'all doing? And it was all this, because obviously it's also IDP, obviously. So people are like, when do I draft it? But like they had other defensive players going before Micah Parsons. I'm like, y'all serious? And I remember watching, there was this like rookie video. It featured JC Horn, Micah Parsons, Justin Fields, and Kyle Pitts. And it was like them going and chilling with their personal trainer. And it was right after I watched this 28-minute video on YouTube that I'll have to like link or something. I remember I watched the whole thing and then was like, how would you not pick Micah? Like this dude is going to feast. And the dudes on the podcast like commended the pick and everything, like great snag, da da da. So, I did build for the future pretty successfully in those choices. I also my cornerbacks pretty much smashed last year. And my corner and quarter, the things I'm really struggling as running back, wide receiver. And you can't see here who I had because they went off the roster. I don't know how to show who I used to have, but really it was nobody's on top of nobody's. Like it was not good. And I still came in second. So we're gonna look for this year at what I have for my current cap space and how I want to allocate money. You take your rookies cost you money because they go on an auto 5 year, 4 year. And then you can always for you franchise tag one player a year. I franchise tagged Cam Hayward. I could have franchise tagged some other options, but the way they do it with like the mean or whatever of all the players, um, the defensive tackle value for the price was the best to take Cam this year and not have the depth that I need because I still have my youth. I think Christian Barmore might have been my third round rookie choice. And I got Javian Hawkins that you can see sitting on my I think this was like my last. Remember this guy? Yeah, frickin' A. All right, now that we've gone completely off track, team name DVD is on the board here, folks. Did they tag him? See if we can get us to current. That was such a long detour. Where did we end? Matt Ryan. And then we got a ding. Okay, Trent Brown. Love this choice. Just I think can't believe he fell this much, really. Um, but it's somebody to target next time. Andre James, sorry, centers. I don't know jack shit about you. Michael Gallup, I think he's gonna score out once he does play. So cool. Good choice there. Um, and then we're here in round 35, taking Anthony Nelson. Other player I just don't really know a lot about. Looks like a mid-round edge. Right, what a mid guy. Look at this. 25.5. Mid of all mids. 70, 70. Mid of all mids. Okay, the mid award goes to Anthony Nelson, folks. Look at this. Look at this floor and then look at this ceiling. What a mid guy. Anthony Nelson, you get the mid award. Tyler Conklin. Um, yeah, I forget how old he is. Damn, he's older than I thought he was. Oh no, I guess he did play on the Vikings for a while. Paulson Debo. They don't have his age. He was never born, y'all. He's actually still a da baby. Paulson the baby. Chad Muma, I had kind of my eye on a little bit. I feel like the Jacksonville defense last year overperformed everything because of course they did. Like their offense underperformed everything. But I just need to see how their defense plays out. I'm not really, I just need to see it. We got a rookie center. Oh, this is a rookie guard. Okay. I was like, but still. All right. Gotta get some youth, I guess. Shaq Griffin goes right in the middle of round 35. I take my kicker, Evan McPherson, baby, of course. I think at this point, only Koo and Tucker had gone, and I'm taking the youth all day. Um, he's also what was never born, but that's because like look at this baby face, man. Actually, he has like one of those weird like old man baby faces. He does kind of look like Boss Baby if we get down to it. Yeah, bro, this is Evan McPherson. Are you serious? Okay, this is the same person. I'm just showing you a picture of Evan McPherson. I kick things under pressure with no difficulty. I have a briefcase. I'm three men in a trench coat. They're the same person. Evan McPherson slander just happened. I apologize. I did draft you just for the record. Dwan Thornhill goes. Fletcher Cox goes. Ashawn Robinson, I like kept deferring this pick, deferring this pick, deferring this pick. It's just like it's like yeah, he has a high ceiling, but he also has such a low floor. And you know, you're playing against we're playing opposite side of oh my God, Aaron Donald. And so you're going to have a floor, but what happens when he retires or something happens, you know? Like, so I just couldn't smash the pick and I was fine to see him go, so I didn't have to make that choice. Now, this is a player where you see this score for this year, and something that I learned throughout the draft was like, I need to start opening these cards up and looking at how they did other years a little more. Because this could be his new normal, or this could be a deviation. And just looking at the other years, this 77.6 grade is a deviation at cornerback. And again, another team that like I think their defense as individuals overperformed. I did take Jonathan Grenard, who is in a really similar boat, graded out super highly um for last year, but had like lower stats other years. I so I already took kind of a risk on Jonathan Grenard, so I just like am cautious about doing that over and over again with other pieces. Troy Anderson, I don't remember what round he went. Round two pick for the Falcons. I think he'll probably get a lot of playing time. And then Dylan Parham. I wonder if he's any relation to the other Parham. You know who I'm talking about, the Donald. We got Donald and Dylan. Are you serious? How do we how do we look this up? So this is Donald. Why do I care? Because this is interesting. That's why I care. Dylan. No. Are Dylan, Parham, and Don? It just feels like, of course they are related. Bro, are y'all related or not? I feel like it's not that hard. Oh, well, let's see where they're from. Born Lakeland, Florida. All right. Nope. I mean, I guess they could have moved. I apologize, y'all, if I just did a thing where I made you related, even though you're not. But in my head, y'all will be brothers for life. So this is quality content. Um, where are we going here? We're going back here. So we had Donald's brother Dylan drafted here at an round 36 pick one. So we're in round 36. See if I can make my pick live here before my first meeting, which starts relatively soon. PFF, don't take this the wrong way. I won't do this. If I'm on the clock for you, I'm on the clock for you, baby. You know what I mean? Um, all right, pick two. We get rookie second round pick from the Titans, Roger McCreary. It's probably to me gonna be a depth piece, but I also think they need significant help. So we'll see what happens. I'm interested in Roger McCreary's future. Bobby McCain goes. He's an IDP snag too if you can grab him. I'm not gonna take him in this platform, but Jermaine Edmonds. I'm so mixed feelings about him. I know he's a leader. That's why I like him. Like I like him as a person and as a leader, but he's only 24? Bro, no fucking way. What was he? One, two, three, four. Is he tw like 19 when he was drafted? Get the heck out of town. It's like the second thing. Are you serious? Did people know this? Oh, he was the second youngest player. Okay, so maybe people do know this. Amani Okoye in 2007. Amobi, sorry. Wow. So that makes me like this pick. Like, it's also like, how long is he realistically gonna play? And it's like you put your body through so much. It's 19. Can you imagine? No, I can't imagine. What was I doing at 19 besides like Molly? And oh, I was a rapper. That's that's what 19-year-olds are. They're like just going to EDM raves and spin bars, folks. Jeez Louise. All right, Louis Sign goes. First round pick for the Minnesota Vikings. So I think kind of, I guess if you need a cornerback piece, you're gonna do this, but it's like you don't want the round one pick for a team that like if he plays, he's gonna play. Where did, oh, I just went here, but is he also around? Oh, round two. Okay. Then I look at my steal, you guys. Round 36, I'm getting DeAndre Hopkins. And Michael Gallup went. Like, I don't care that he's 30. You know what my freaking wide receivers were at this point? Is like I had Devontae, Amon Ra, who was my wide receiver three. He was my wide receiver four. Now I forgot who my wide receiver three is. It's a lot to keep track of in my defense. Devontae, Amon Ra. Oh, is DeAndre my wide receiver three? Oh, Mike Williams. So I have Devontae, Amon Ra, Mike Williams, and DeAndre Hopkins, bro. And then later, spoiler alert, I get Jalen Tolbert. So I balanced all that out with youth anyway with a good QB. So my guy, I just feel like that shit's big balling. Um, anywho. So I mean, I guess as a heads up, uh Hopkins might fall really far in your draft. Or he might not. I have no freaking clue if this is gonna be consistent with how other drafts fall. All right, where are we going here? Oh, I'm on the clock. I gotta hurry up and get current. All right. Then we get our um this choice I was confusing with the Titans choice. So I do, yeah. Cam Taylor Britt. I didn't do a great job this year of staying up on the rookie draft class. I did much better last year, so I'm gonna have to brush up before my RSO listener league rookie. Or no, this is the rookie draft, so I'm gonna have to brush up and really get in there. Desmond Ritter goes. I think depending on what you've got at quarterback, that could be a really good choice, but also a really horrible choice because he's playing on the Falcons. He could pretty much never play, just given what I think they have going on, and also he's a rushing quarterback, right? So that doesn't he might not ever grade high. Ted Karras I had kind of in my queue, and Matt talked me out of it during the Homer report, and I never I never smashed it. I just prioritized other positions. Grant Delpit, can't remember how old he is. Pretty young. So he was a rookie last year. That's right. Second round pick. Safety there. DeAndre Swift for the youth, it's good, but he's not a very highly PFF highly rated player, so it could just be a wasted pick. Like, yeah, he's gonna be good in redraft, but what's he gonna do in this platform? Who's to say? 12 Edmonds. One, two. I'm just counting now. I got to know if they were both drafted super young. All right, now we're here. 37, pick one. Oh man, I got to get through 11 rounds. Dog, this video is already so long. I can't do that. Can I get through 11 rounds and then make my pick? Probably not. All right, what are we gonna do? I think we're gonna smash that like button, guys. We're gonna like and subscribe. Oh man, you're gonna tell me in the chat. You're gonna give me feedback so I can make these more watchable. Okay, here's what I think we're gonna do. We're gonna make this pick, then we'll go through the other rounds in a different video. So we're stopping here at round 27, and then we're gonna make our round 48 pick together right now. And it's gonna be John Runyon, and I'm gonna tell you why. I did a bunch of digging to figure this out. So if we look at my team, I'm good at QB. I went later, you'll see how I drafted my running backs, which I do kind of wish I had been able to talk through a little more. I took I got a little bit of youth with a better quarterback. I got my Hunter Henry, who was my t tight end one after Kittle and Pitts. And I got my youth with Kata Otten. My wide receivers are looking great. Um, I got a depth piece I'm gonna snag at tackle next round. And this is my last position to fill here is guard. So I'm gonna do that. My defense, I grabbed my punter. I kind of it autoed on me, but I needed a punter eventually, and Logan Cook was at the top of so I feel fine about it. Um, yeah, so I got my cornerbacks full, my linebackers. I even have a little extra to move with. I'm gonna eventually grab an edge piece for depth, and I'm gonna grab a defensive interior for depth. But my last position to fill is this guard position. So far, I have Alex Kappa, Brandon Sheriff, Wes Schweitzer, and I'm gonna need John Runyon, and I'm gonna grab him because there's really pretty slim pickings at guard. Using PFF's rankings, I would take Michael Jordan first, but I'm not gonna do that. They have Jalen Mayfield rated up here, and I just did a butt ton of research. This dude might straight up not. He's struggling so hard right now. So these rankings are really not updated. I mean, that's why you see someone like Stephon Tuitt still in there, Andrew Whitworth still in there. Like, you got to still do your own research, especially on this platform with no news. And I don't know where they're even going to get their news. So I've just been digging and digging for these O-line. I looked into this dude and I was like, I don't know, maybe. But really, John Runyon, he's going to get the snaps. So he's a great depth piece. He's on good altogether O-line. And then I think once Bakhtiari comes back, then it's just going to upgrade everything. And in the meantime, he'll still get the snaps. And he's just my depth piece anyway. So let's go ahead and take him. I'm targeting Walker Little next as somebody who splits snaps think we went over this just now with Jawan Taylor. And I'm gonna grab a rookie defensive interior. I'm gonna grab Tyquan Thornton if I can. And then we're gonna fill out a little bit of depth. I'm still I think I want AJ Green. I think I want Max Williams. I probably can grab Max Williams later, but if he does play, he's gonna rate high. Um, so I'm not all the way settled. If I get sniped, I have backup plans. But now my roster is well, my mins are hit. I have all my mins. So I just have to make decisions about depth. And I have got, let's see, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. 5 picks left. And in my queue, I have a one, two, three guaranteed. Gives me two to play with, and we'll see how the board falls. I might end up taking Kenny Gainwell, even though I don't know, because of youth, I guess. If something happens to my other, I don't know if Damian Harris is, I don't know what his deal's about to be this year. Um, but I know my next three. So if you're watching this and you're in my league, please don't snipe me. I'm trying to do it for the content, bro. I'm doing it for all of us so we can enjoy this platform a little more. So please, my dude. Although, these are good choices. So if you want to snipe it, like, I understand. I respect you because, imitation is the blah, 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 flattery, blah, blah, blah. But this was cool. We got to take our first pick of the RSO rookie draft together. We got to make our 48th round pick for PFF All-22 and go through a couple other rounds. And then crazy thing here is I actually have another league that just started drafting. And my next video, I really want to be where I talk to you about how I redid my strategy for this next draft. I'm gonna do it completely differently, and we'll talk it through. So, listen, I love you. I'll catch you on the flip. Like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Comment what you want to see. Hasta luego, putas.